Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
On again, off again, apparently on again, the Iran deal, and apparently Iran is opening up nuclear sites to UN inspectors. Dominic Carter here with you. A lot to get to this hour on this Monday, 800-848-9222. I have a question to ask you. I really want to know what you think about this. General Motors in Detroit has replaced more than 1,000 jobs with 50 robots. Is this progress or warning signs for American workers? And Mamdani, the socialist mayor of New York City, he thinks he's so slick. So what he's doing right now, the next 24 hours could be extremely dangerous. And if you live in the city of New York or near the city, you have the opportunity to limit Mamdani's damage in terms of a number of key congressional primaries. The election is tomorrow. Basically, this has been unnoticed, silent, but Mamdani has endorsed a number of political novices that nobody's ever heard of that are like 3 times more reckless than he is. So even if you get rid of Mamdani, he's still got his key people in Congress. We'll get to that in just a second. I want to start with the situation in Iran. Right? So it appears that, it's Monday, so the deal is back on again. I want you to listen from Switzerland, Vice President J.D. Vance.
Yesterday was a very, very good day. We made a lot of good progress. We did exactly what we wanted to do, which is accomplish 4 things for the American people. First, we wanted to build a mechanism for keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. It is open. We've seen, of course, gas prices and oil prices come down, millions and millions of barrels of crude and natural gas flowing through the Strait of Hormuz that weren't flowing before. But we also wanted to make sure that we actually set up the coordination mechanism so that we could demine the Straits of Hormuz, so that when there are the conflicts that inevitably come up, we can make sure we work through them rather than that leading to escalation, and that is exactly what we did yesterday. Number 2, we also wanted to build a mechanism, a similar mechanism, for deconfliction for the regional ceasefire. As the President of the United States has himself said, sometimes these ceasefires just mean you're shooting a little bit less, but we wanted to make sure that we had the proper coordination set up so that if there is shooting, if Hezbollah fires at Israel or if Israel responds, if there are other conflicts that arise in the region, we're actually talking to each other and figuring out how to stop the shooting, how to make the region safer, our allies and everybody else. We set that up as well. Number 3, and this is probably what we're most excited about as Americans, the Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people and the first step in permanently denuclearizing or permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran.
So, progress, folks, but here is the bottom line. President Trump and his administration deserve enormous credit for tackling this problem, which has failed so many other administrations, right? Obama threw money at the problem. The Biden administration did nothing. And here we are, where it falls into President Trump's lap. Let's not forget, this major problem fell into President Trump's lap. He could have ignored it until after the midterms, but he did the right thing by the American people trying to stop a nuclear program in Iran. It appears that has been accomplished. But with these people in Iran, you never know what you're dealing with. It's on again, off again. Then you have the competing factors, so many competing factors as it relates to competing countries in this puzzle, trying to piece it all together to stop the bombing from different countries. And this is just a mess. But I'm still betting on Team Trump. The man is always playing chess, folks, not checkers. 800-848-9222. General Motors in Detroit, I want to hear from you if this is a good idea. in terms of 1,000 jobs gone, replaced by 50 robots.
General Motors has reduced its electric vehicle ambitions and cut over 1,000 jobs at its Factory Zero plant in Detroit, replacing many of them with about 50 robots, or cobots as they're known. The company says the machines improve safety and efficiency as EV demand slows and cost pressures increase. However, the United Auto Workers Union argues the automation is primarily a cost-cutting move that is eliminating union jobs and has filed grievances against GM. Labor leaders also warn about safety concerns of humans working alongside robots.
So, I'm kind of on the fence about this. Of course, I want to see Americans working. But if productivity is better, I don't know. What do you folks think? 800-848-9222. I guess the bottom line is we need Americans working to put food on the table. Mom Donnie, you think you're so slick, but you have been busted red-handed. So guess what is not working? Folks, when it comes to Kansas City, I have delivered speeches in Kansas City, Kansas, and in Kansas City, Missouri, right? 2 different locations. So Mamdani bases his free transportation system on Kansas City, Missouri. And guess what the officials in Kansas City, Missouri have just announced? That they're going belly up. They can't do it anymore, the free transportation. They took federal COVID money and put it into transportation, and they're losing money. They're out of money. They're declaring they can't do the free buses anymore. So, Mamdani, you got over. You're in office now. But you know from day one this plan was never going to work. And folks, are we this stupid collectively? Did you ever think this man was going to deliver on free transportation in the city of New York? Did you really believe that? Are we really that stupid? Are we really that naive? It comes down to that. And you know what? Socialists have come up with a new scheme. You look at what's happening in D.C., right? The socialists running there and so on, right? The new game is this. As a socialist, I'll promise them free everything. It'll guarantee my election and I'm in. And so now, special early voting wrapped up yesterday in the New York area. Tomorrow is primary day for a number of key races in our area, and I mean several of them. I want you to listen to this from WABC, Channel 7, the ABC affiliate TV in New York.
As voters head to the polls for Tuesday's primary in New York, the battle for Congress between Democratic Socialists and mainstream Democrats is heating up. New York's 13th congressional district might be one of the most contentious. Incumbent Adriano Espaillat, chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, is running for his 6th term and is facing a challenge from political newcomer Darlitsia Avila Chevalier. She has been endorsed by New York City Mayor Mamdani. He by House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Governor Hochul.
So a number of key congressional races to be decided tomorrow. Mamdani, it's dangerous what he's doing. He is putting his web, if you will, on all these congressional races. So even if you get rid of Mamdani, his agenda and the folks that he has endorsed are more reckless than he is. So even if you get rid of Mamdani, right, he's going to have these members of Congress all over in pockets where you're not going to be able to stop this socialism thing.